Hello, I'm Gus Downing, publisher and editor of the D&D Daily, and this is the LP News Network. We're here today with Stuart Seidel, president, and Andy Gilbert, vice president of Alltag Corporation. Alltag is an American manufacturer of RF labels and a leading supplier for all other RF and AM products designed to help retailers fight shrink. Alltag was founded in 1992 and is the second largest global manufacturer of RF labels behind Checkpoint Systems, Inc. Alltag is currently the only company producing electronic article surveillance labels and tags in the United States. Alltag specializes in helping retailers launch successful source tagging programs or improve their existing ones for all types of retail merchandise, including hard goods and apparel. Alltag provides source tagging services and the necessary EAS tags or labels to some of the world's largest retailers, as well as their source tagging vendors. With their product manufacturing facility in Boca Raton, Florida, and inventory warehouses in the United Kingdom and Hong Kong, Alltag can always quickly deliver standard and custom orders to their customers anywhere in the world. Gentlemen, thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Gus.
You know, what makes Alltag source tagging specialist? It's something that you've been, focused on quite a bit.
Sure. Well, I would have to say it's our experience and our narrow focus. We don't want to be, the jack of all trades, the master of none. We want to be the master of source tagging. We think that's the way we can add the most value to our retail customers. And
the manufacturers who were before us, the Sensormax, the Checkpoints, they at one time had very large staffs of people that would handle source tagging, go out and help the manufacturers here in the United States, over in Asia and Europe, and they would help them know how to source tag, and that doesn't exist anymore. So we've picked up that vacuum and gone out there with our RF labels, and we have an exclusive partnership on AM labels, and that allows us to do source tagging for both customers that have Sensormax or Checkpoint, RF or AM technology.
So that's kind of why the focus on it as well, obviously.
Absolutely. It's something that's needed in the marketplace. A lot of the manufacturers will take an anti-shoplifting label or a hard tag and really not know what to do with it. And we have a staff of people who will go out there, show them how to apply the product. And that's something, there's a great need in the marketplace for that.
Now that's here in the States?
Here in the States, Europe, Latin America, Asia. So we're covering pretty much the whole world right now on the source tagging, not only of labels, but of hard tags, AM, RF, and also RFID.
Is that where the industry is moving? I mean, are they really moving towards that source tagging initiative?
Absolutely. Retailers are always looking for ways to save money. And this is a great way to take labor costs out of the stores and put it back onto their vendors. And most of the vendors are doing for no extra cost. And that's what we're...
no extra cost of the tag?
No extra cost for the labor to put on the tag or the label at the source.
Now, who's paying for the label?
Well, the label, of course, the manufacturer is. And in some cases, we've had retailers pay for the label, so they don't want to hear anything from their vendors that, oh, this is going to cost me extra. But most of the time, it's the vendor paying for the label or the hard tag to put onto the merchandise. But what happens when it comes into the retail store, it's coming in ready to display. It already has a price tag. It has the hanger on it. Now the EAS tag is on the product as it comes into the store, and so they can put it right out on the floor. Nothing has to be held back in the back room, waiting for some employees on a slow period of time to be able to apply that tag or label onto the product.
So you also increase the compliance rate of what you want to tag and so on as well, obviously.
Absolutely. Compliance rate and also how it's applied. That hard tags, when the vendor is told where to put the hard tag, they'll put it on exactly where it has to be because they don't want to get charged back from the retailer. And the same thing with the label, that they want the label on exactly in a precise spot, and the vendor will do that. Because again, the retailer, they have usually strict requirements on how a product has to come in, and if that EAS label or hard tag is in the wrong place, they'll get charged back if it's not in the proper location.
Have you seen the program grow from a standpoint of tagging more merchandise at the factory, at the vendor?
Absolutely.
As opposed to, usually you have, okay, we're only going to do this much. But if you're really tagging at the vendor, they may get, okay, let's add this, this,
Yes.
and this.
What we've seen invariably is that once they see the success rate, when they start tagging a certain segment and they see their shrink go down in that particular segment, invariably they cross it over and start tagging more and more stuff as they go. So we
So,
always see
and the
that.
vendor's paying for this tag.
Yes, in most cases.
That's between the retailer and the vendor.
Right.
But in most cases, yes.
Have, if I may ask, have we seen any price increases on the product of goods or in the goods delivered? Have any of the vendors passed that price on in price increases?
Yeah, most of
sure.
the time that there may be a slight pass through of 1-2 cents for the anti-shoplifting label, but it's never more than that. And most of the time the purchasing agents at the retailers are pretty tough, and
Sure.
they want that included, and of course it's worked somewhere into the price, but compared to what it would cost to do that into the store, it's a fraction of the cost
Sure,
to have it done with the packaging at the time of manufacture.
Can you walk us through and describe the process, the hard tag recirculation process?
Yeah, so right now we're working with several retailers around the world that we will pick up the tags from their stores or the DC. We'll bring it to a distribution center in the United States, in Europe, or Asia. We'll sort the tags out, we'll rebox the tags, and then we will take orders from the vendors of the retailer of what needs to be shipped out so the tags can be put on the garments so the garments can flow back into the US or into Europe and be already source tagged at the time that they come in.
Tagged and floor ready, as they call it.
Right.
Yeah.
And what about the quality control? I mean, if you've got tags moving into a circle, there's got to be a quality aspect to make sure that the tags are still operating and good.
Absolutely.
So where does that happen normally in the
Well,
process?
that happens in our distribution centers, and where we'll go in and we'll look at the tags and make sure they're working properly. We have some retailers that will put the pin back in the tag, so we're releasing the pin, so each tag actually gets checked along the way.
Right.
And we'll take out dirty tags or damaged tags because that's inevitable with shoplifters going after the hard tags to try to remove them. But we work with a company called the Tick Group out of Australia. They're the largest recycler of hangers. So besides our distribution facilities, they have distribution facilities around the world, and they're able to help us delivering tags. Pretty much, we're delivering on every continent and to I think over 50 countries and over 1,000 manufacturers right now.
So that logistics model is in place already because they've
Right.
been doing it with hangars for
Right,
years.
right.
So the retailers can relax and knowing
Great partnership.
that
Yes.
we're not just winging it. There's
Right.
someone very skilled with
Right.
a lot of experience, moving that stuff around the globe.
What
So-
about tag loss? I mean, there's got to be a certain amount of loss there.
From what we can determine, the loss is well under 1%.
Okay.
I mean, there's very, very little loss, and our system is really a closed loop system. When you go to the vendor, if the vendor doesn't use all the tags, hopefully the retailer is using that vendor again, and they'll have some extra tags when they get started.
Okay.
But the loss rate, as we determine, well under 1%.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for being here today. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Well, that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for watching. And until next time, let's keep them all safe out there.